Howdy folks, Pockets here with the Flatlander channel. Thought I'd show y'all this Big Red I've been working on. This is the same one I built a rack for and rear fenders in one of my other videos that y'all seen. And I've been working on it, getting it ready to go to the Mud Nationals down in Texas. I put a snorkel on it, big exhaust stack, sealed up all the electrical connections, plumbed all the vent lines into the air box and sealed that up. Put a 6-inch lift on it with a 5-inch swing arm extension and upgraded the drive line a little bit. So I'll give you a look around here. Snorkeling a three-wheeler ain't the easiest task there is, but I ended up with a 1.5 to 2 rubber reducer here to connect to the air box. It runs into this nice 2-inch PVC pipe extension right here. This is 3-inch RV sewer hose running up to the rest of the snorkel, built out of 2-inch PVC all the way up here. It's a little bit taller than I am, and I'm 5'11", so got a brace down here to brace it to the handlebars, and it really works pretty good. You can turn it all the way over here and it doesn't collapse or anything. It kind of bunches up, kind of funny, but it still works. And all the way over here it extends all the way. This was the only thing I could find that would flex enough to work here. It's kind of thin, but it is intended for liquid, so I think it should be all right for keeping some water out. We'll see how it turns out. I also put this nice chrome exhaust stack I had laying around. Came off a John Deere 310 backhoe, actually. It got broke off several years ago, and I kept it because I knew one day I'd find a use for it. And 3-inch exhaust stack, I just welded a piece of 3-inch pipe onto the end of the factory muffler there and put this elbow and welded this pipe on it. And while we're under here, I'll show you the swing arm extension and suspension lift I did. I had the drive shaft extended 4 inches, and I added a all balls heavy duty U-joint that's intended for a 4-trax 300, which added about 15/16 of an inch to the length of the drive shaft. So I ended up with just under 5 inches of swing arm extension. As you can see there, it's more obvious over on this side because I didn't have pipe that fit the same. The tube looks almost factory. And with that heavy duty U-joint could handle a lot more angle. So I ended up with about 6 inches of lift, measuring from this top bar to the ground, compared to a stock Big Red. And that doesn't count the height added by the tires. So these are 27s. I've got about 7 inches over a stock Big Red. Cleaned up the shock and rebuilt it a little bit. I didn't go into the actual dampening part because it worked just fine. Y'all already seen this rack that got built for it. The extended swing arm actually centered up really good behind that or under the fenders. Added the all-important beverage holder right there. And on the front for that 6-inch lift, I got some tubing that was the same diameter as the fork tubes, and cut it to 6 inches in length. And then I added these clamps, welded these clamps to it so that it clamps the fork tubes in the new position 6 inches lower than they were before. Everything, as far as the lift goes, was designed to keep the stock geometry so it rides just like a Big Red that hadn't been modified at all. And once you're on it, you can't really tell the difference in it and a stock one. Didn't really do much to the front rack. Added this nice gun rack here to hold my chain for pulling stuff out. But only problem with this is I have not figured out what to do about the brake cables yet because they are too short. So for the time being, I have no brakes. But hell, I grew up on 4-wheelers without brakes. It's not a big deal to me. I can manage. So anyhow, that's enough for the walk around. I got the GoPro mounted on my helmet. I'm gonna take it for a ride and let y'all watch me ride it around. Enjoy.